Okay, we've got two upstairs, and we'll come back down to Dave.
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. Jimmy, during one part of the race, I think even before half distance, Jeff, you and Dale Earnhardt Jr. were just 1, 2, and 3. How identical was the setup of your cars?
You know, we've all kind of, it's hard to be too far apart in today's world with the rules that NASCAR has, the COT car, and all that there is. It's really tough to be much different. But with that in mind, we all have different styles, and our cars are different with the little things that we can adjust on. So I'd say in general my car is closer to Mark's than anyone's, but we're still kind of off on our own island. I know that Jeff had something much different this time coming back, and it seemed to work really, really well for him. Something we'll have to look at and see if there isn't anything there that the 48 car could use. And then the 88, man, I don't know whose setup they put in because they were in qualifying trim on Friday. And I know Junior was a little concerned with no race trim. I don't know where the balance of his car was going to be, and they didn't know what setup they really were going to put in it when the race was called, or the practice was called on Saturday. So I'm not sure where those guys ended up, but it was a good performance for HMS.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Jimmy, Jeff said that he was a little bit disappointed with the way you raced him, and I know from hearing your TV interviews it sounds like you weren't too happy with the way he raced you. Could you just address, what happened during the race, and is it just this race? Does it date back before this, and how you guys kind of settle things, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen in racing, and it doesn't matter if it's teammates or not. There are just times where you get irritated by racing with other guys, and Jeff and I have been racing hard against each other for wins for a long time, and we've had this issue in the past. So I really don't see it being a big deal, and I guess he got out and said he was disappointed. So since I have my chance, I can equally say I was pretty disappointed with him today. And we'll sit down and get it talked out. And in general, I mean, we've been through this before, like I said, and it's really good that we have the open communication that we do at Hendrick through the good times and the bad, and it's made us a stronger team. So don't get the headline writers out saying, trouble at HMS, because it's really no big deal. And we all know from scanning during the race, there are a lot of colorful things said out on that racetrack about teammates and other drivers and all that kind of stuff. So to have the word disappointed used from Jeff and myself, I don't think it's very big of a deal.
Dave.
Hey, Jimmy, Dave Brown, NASCAR.com. At that moment when your two cars made contact, how badly did it affect your car? How was Chad and the guys able to fix it? And at the instant it occurred, what was your reaction?
Well, we were lucky that where we made contact, it didn't push the front fender down on the tire. It appears, though, that it did push that bodywork in and cut our left front down. That's why we had that problem and had to pit early. So it definitely hurt me, having the contact for the 24. And just thankful, when we got together that we weren't both spinning down the front stretch and wadded up. I was thankful he didn't spin me out earlier in the corner. I mean, he was just on my bumper pushing me through the center of the turn, and it's like, man, I really can't go anywhere when you're that close to me and pushing me, so if you just get off my ass and let me get control of my car, I can accelerate. And then that's, as you come off the corner and collide, and off we go from there.
One more from Nate.
Yeah, Jimmy, a lot of people I think were maybe ready to write off Denny Hamlin after the knee surgery as far as being a championship contender. He was the guy viewed as maybe the main threat to you coming in this year. Did you write him off, and did today's win by him kind of prove something to you that maybe he's still in it?
Well, I mean, you naturally think it would take some time to heal, and I don't know much about the injury and the rehab and everything that goes with it, but if you can just drive with your right foot and on a big track like this, I think there are a lot of right-footed drivers. I'm not sure what type of style he has, but the bigger the track, I think the easier it is to adjust and to adapt as a driver with an injury, especially with your left leg. And Denny and that team, man, they've been the real deal for a long time. It doesn't surprise me that they're going fast. It would have been a surprise at Richmond if he would have won the race with the injury that he had, because there it's real difficult with the braking and using the left leg and all that. But they're a great race team. They're showing it. So we've been focused on them since the season has started, and even through a large part of last year.
Jimmy, thank you and congratulations.
Yeah.